Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Wednesday, November the 1st, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Darkwood Tarot cards. So first off, don't forget to do your salt and cinnamon ceremony if that's something that resonates with you. Maybe changing out your bay leaf. I have to do that. I haven't changed mine in a bit. So probably burn that and then do a new one. But happy November to everybody. I'm already changing my Halloween decorations. My kids are going to kill me. But I'm the type of person, it's like I have to do it when I'm in the mood. I get in this like Christmassy mood. And then it's like, I don't know, it's like around like November 10th. I just get in this funk. And then it's just like, I don't want to do it. So I'm like, I'm going to do it while I have when I get the spurt of energy. And that way it's up, it's done. And I'm not next weekend. Like, I put it off so much last year. So yeah, to each their own. But it makes me happy, and we'll see what this year brings. But we're starting off with the Seven of Cups, and I feel like this is where we have a lot of ideas, a lot of things going on. So, like with me, like Spirit was kind enough to be like, you need to watch this, and it's not to stifle my income. It's just like the reality of the situation, and they're just like, because it affects this, and I'm like, you're right. So I checked it last night. I'm like, okay, because I was gonna sign up for some extra hours, and good thing that I didn't, because it would really mess up everything. So it's just like, let's not do that, so I feel like it's just like getting your vision board ready, like ideas. So like I have images, I have words, so it's like kind of I always put the year at the top, and then usually, no, not usually, always, well, not always, I can't say that, because if you look at my beginning board, I don't think it's there, but it's like faith is always the top of that, for the past couple of years. Just be more mindful of what I'm asking for, and then it centers around different things: travel, things for the kids, things for us as a family. You know what I mean? Like, it's all a whole smorgasbord of everything that I want, and it does go outside the board. I keep my previous ones as inspiration of things that I want, things that have already happened. So I usually go with a green marker and check what has happened. So, even with Hanukkah, things that I've asked for, check those things off. So it's just, what to bring in. So I feel like that's where the bats are kind of like in the air around there. Like, everyone's going to see it differently, but in my opinion, that's what it is. There's a lot of things going on. One thing is just like, getting everything up for Christmas, because I know how I am. Because Shane's birthday is this weekend, my dad's is coming up. That's what usually transpires into me going into a funk. You know what I mean? But it's like with the Five of Cups there, it's just like I don't have to see it as that, because I was lucky enough to. That's why I'm always grateful. That's why I always sing Dayenu every single Shabbat. It's because it's just like, they're like, Yahweh doesn't see any. Yahweh is the king of the living. He does not see anyone as passed away. He sees everybody as transformed, or, flesh. You know what I mean? So I feel like, one of the things that kind of dawned on me, and a lot of things are, it's like we read of our ancestors, and it's just like, how it plays in today's life. And then they're like, one thing that really dawned on me is like, those that are able to see, let them see. Those who are able to hear, let them hear. So they're saying those. We're all born with this, but not all of us choose to be on that side of things, which is totally understandable, because I ran away from it for the longest time, because I didn't. It's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, everyone thinks it's like, the heavens and harps are playing, and you go through a lot of trials and tribulations. It's not, what everybody tries to make it out to be, to show the fun, loving side of things. No, you have to be able to speak from experience. I spoke of one of those experiences. Didn't talk to anyone. Like, I've liked people, but they've never liked me back, or nothing has ever happened. And, this time there was a correspondence, and it was just like, I felt guilty, and I felt like I was doing something wrong, because it's just like, I never fell out of love with Shane. You know what I mean? So I had, especially one individual, unfortunately, is a widow, and she's just like, I feel this way. And I said, I'm here for you. I love you. I respect you. I said, I just can't relate to it, because I've never gone through it. I don't want to sit there and tell you, oh, I know exactly how you feel. Like, I've liked people, but there was never a back and forth, you know? So now that I have that experience, it's more relatable, right? I could kind of understand where she's coming from. But, you know, I feel like, you know, I know for one, my dad would not want me to be sad. I know for two, he doesn't really say much, you know what I mean? Regards to that, he just is like, I prefer this one over this one. And I was shocked. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. I don't know this person wholeheartedly because I've stopped all that. Spirit was like, don't. Right across their face. Big, bold letters. Don't. So I'm just like, all right. This is a don't. This is kind of like Pandora's box. You know? I can't sit there and say, I trust you, Spirit, wholeheartedly. You know, please help me in this situation. But when they try to prevent a situation, I can't sit there and be like, well, are you sure? You know what I mean? Yeah, they're sure. Like, I learned that earlier this year. They're like, don't. Leave it alone. And I'm like, well, I can't run my mouth and say, like, I'm all about change and, you know, I'm willing to do this and not, you know, actually put it out there, you know? Put my foot right in my mouth, you know? Thank Yahweh and Yeshua. That's who I believe in. That's why I say that. If you believe Spirit, Divine, Creator, Gaia, Mother Earth, whomever you believe in, your higher self, I was just like, thank God nothing happened to it. You know what I mean? I'm sure it put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, and I don't understand why. Still don't know to this day. But it's just like, okay, learn. You know what I mean? Do better. I feel like even the universe was saying with someone else, like, no idea what has transpired, why things have changed. Sometimes we're told things, maybe they spare our feelings. I'm not sure. But they're like in another one, you know? They already told me before their heart is with someone else. It will be that way. It'll only last 2 years, if that. And I feel like it's very toxic. So it's like preventing a situation. It's like, this is not a test. This is not a maybe. This is not a sometimes. This is a no. You know what I mean? With the Knight of Cups, you know, and the Emperor, I feel like, you know, this always represents an individual coming in. It could represent someone already present in your life. But I feel like with the picnic, I feel like more on the romantic side. It could be like, don't sit there and miss what we're trying to put in your life by sitting there and, I don't want to say settling, but I feel like it's like you see all these red flags. So it's like, why would you do it? You know what I mean? It's like, learn, you know, not to repeat the definition of insanity. You know what I mean? It's just like, we've already repeated these cycles before. We overlook things in different situations. It's like we already see them beforehand. Whereas before we were oblivious, or we're just like rose colored, you know, my heart is just like, oh, but it's love. It's not. You know what I mean? So it's just like, this is where I'm like, brain, you need to take over. Because clearly our heart is an idiot. You know what I mean? So it's just like allowing the universe to tell us the things that they need, you know, if you're lucky enough to get those downloads, or if you have a healer that you trust. It's just like, I feel like that Emperor energy. I feel like we need that security. I feel like we probably haven't felt that our whole life. So that person makes us feel like that. I was talking to my girlfriend about this. I said, and she has the same mirror energy where it's like, I feel like I'm supposed to have someone by my side, like a twin, or could be a twin flame. But it's like, you know what I mean? Shane definitely felt that void where it's just like, before he changed and got all full of himself, it was just like, you know what I mean? It's like, or his insecurities take over. It's just like that solid pillar. Like, you know what I mean? Us together, you know, I can think of so many situations where it's just like, okay, let's come up with a game plan. We bounce ideas off of each other and we take care of it. You know what I mean? So I feel like, and that way, that's what you need. You need that strong masculine energy. Only reason I say masculine is because it is the Emperor. It is the ultimate Emperor. You know what I mean? Maybe you're the Emperor. You know what I mean? You could be that strong individual, you know? So, like I even said to the universe, like, even if I'm supposed to be alone the rest of my life, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, it's just like, they're like saying partnership. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's just, in that situation, it did feel like work. After 7 years, you forget how much work it is to have another individual in your life, you know? My life is so full. The one thing I respected is the fact that he was as busy as I was, but we were not busy at different times because of the time difference. It was like, you know, well, I was like, where are you? Like, not like asking him that, but it's just like, want to talk, but working. Whereas where I'm working, they're off. So it was like a balancing game, but we made it work. But universe was like, don't. I feel like if you have a strong foundation with your family, like it may not be your blood family, but individuals that make up your tribe, would actually are family. It's like there's no stopping you, especially when you have that strong connection with the universe, your ancestors, your loved ones, your guardian angels. You're very thankful for the things that come in. I love the fact with the Hermit, I feel like shining the light on the situation. It could be meaning, I feel like, more information. They're saying downloads coming in. Temperance, I'm definitely feeling Venus. I'm feeling love. I definitely feel like we have retrograde happening again December heading into January, but I feel like it's going to be like going out like a lamb. Like this year came in like a lion, like no word of a lie. You know what I mean? It's just like everybody's going to be different depending on how your great retrogrades went, but I feel like a lamb. I feel like transition. They're saying transgressions. Ooh, I don't like that word. But I feel like it's just like they're showing you how, this world has played out, and this world, but the world as well. But that's where it's like taking advantage of like maybe mass where you pray for the world, or your devotion at night praying for the world, or Shabbat in my case where we pray for the world. Hanukkah, we are 8 days of wishes, so one of those things would be for that, and I have been very mindful and conscious of the things that I ask for, just not to keep it for myself. And they tell you that don't keep your perspective to a point of just about us. Don't make it selfish. Ask for things, but also like, what are the things, I keep seeing on like Twitter, what is the one thing you would abolish? War, what are you accomplishing by doing what you're doing? And that's the thing. Anyone that reads a spiritual book, remember they warned us? God forbid Yahweh Yeshua forbid anyone that is pregnant or a child that is breastfeeding. You know what I mean? And it resonates so much of what's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to take sides on anything because it's disgusting on both sides. You know what I mean? It's just like, there was no need for this. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on. It's just escalating and escalating and escalating. It's just, and that was the thing. They were like, be mindful of talking about how much I believe in the Hebrew faith. It's like, because you are ostracized, you are treated a certain way, X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, okay, but I'm not going to change my faith just because people are trying to make you be fearful and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm attracted to the faith because of the faith. What people's personal opinions about what's going on there is their things to say. They want to say what they want to say. That's why I don't put an opinion. I just don't. On both sides, and it's that people are getting hurt, and it's not fair. They have nothing to do with the situation. They're in their dinner table, or and having breakfast or lunch or dinner. They're saying breakfast, and things are happening. That's not fair. They have nothing to do with it. They just got up and decided to start their day. So I feel like, going back to the cards, I love the fact that the crimson red, I feel like grounding chakra, and I feel like that's where they're saying the light of the situation. I feel definitely root chakra, but with the temperance, that could be heart chakra as well. Follow your heart, but, unless it's like mine, where it leads you the wrong way sometimes. But it's like, let your head take over. I'm definitely feeling a lot in my head, right where what your third eye should be. I'm feeling the pressure, but that could be allergies as well. But I just, all of a sudden, this intense pressure there. So it's just like, be mindful of what you say and what you do, and don't be fearful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I have people on both sides, and it's just like, what if you want to say your opinions, say your opinions, but you know what I mean? Everybody is allowed to have their opinions, but not to the point where it hurts people. Words are weapons too, so we have to be very mindful of what we're saying. So I just feel like it's like, especially if you're like myself and there's a lot of, energy to overthinking. I don't feel like it's so much overthinking. I feel like it's just prepping me for what's coming. Like, just be mindful of this. And it's like, yep, you're right. Be mindful of that. So, I feel like in that way, it's just like, be mindful of these things. So that way you watch what you do, because I was going to do it last night and I'm like, check this first before you do anything. And they were right. So I'm just like, okay, no, let's not do any of that. So I just feel like changing things up, making use of that time, being creative with it, you know, where they're bringing up vision board so you can take that time to do your vision board and stuff like that. So I feel like in that way. So, you know, I honestly, if you're like myself and you have people on both sides, I just pray for a peaceful resolution. You know what I mean? So that's all we could do. You know, be there for the individuals. Don't have an opinion. This is the time where, if you believe in the power of prayer, definitely start, you know, wishing well for those that are unfortunately in the land of fire and have nothing to do with it. You know, they can't help where they were born. You know, so it's just peaceful resolution. It's gone long enough. You know, it's unfortunate. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for November 1st, 2023. May the universe bless you good. Do your salt and cinnamon ceremonies. Anything that resonates with you. They're showing someone putting like a bay leaf in their wallet. So if that resonates with you, something you should look into. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.